Hi Aries, so today we're going to go ahead and do a love reading for you. This is going to be for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign. Yeah, this is a strange feeling here. We have the fairy wind, which is the Chariot, and we have the Seven of Cups. I'm almost being kind of shown a feeling of, and I'll try to explain this the best way. Again, this reading may be a little bit abstract because it does feel like this is the type of reading where there's a lot of downloads which are hard to explain, but it feels like we're being pulled into some kind of like vortex, like we're being called in, almost like a rabbit hole, and I'm getting that feeling with the Fool of like it's time to go down the rabbit hole, but not in like a creepy way. It's in a way of like this is time to again move forward. Okay, so we have the Chariot here and we have the Seven of Cups. What else, Spirit? What would you like to talk about here today? I feel like this current time here may be a little bit confusing for some of you because you may feel this way, like how I'm also trying to describe the reading. It's like taking me a while to truly get into it with all of these, like we have the boar here, the flower, the person, the house. It's like there's a lot circling around right now, and it almost gives me a feeling of like things are swept up, but we are not yet have fully integrated them. So this very well may be, and it does make sense too with the eclipse, that there's a lot of activations happening at this time which maybe have not fully grounded. So it feels very airy to me. It feels very much like we're being drawn into different waves and we haven't grounded it fully yet. So I do feel like if this reading is for you, I'm hearing you will see soon. Yeah, so this, at the time that I'm recording this reading, it is very close to the actual eclipse, like it's the day before. So I think that a lot of you, after this eclipse takes place fully, or over the course of the next week or so, there's going to be some kind of strong direction, a pull into a certain direction that you have been circling around. And we'll get more as we go here, but it could even be that something is made very clear to you, maybe even 7 days, but something, yeah, because 7, so something in 7 days maybe, but that won't be the case for everybody, but something is going to be made very clear to you, and it seems like it's in the direction that we're meant to go. And so I think that this whole eclipse energy is the main kind of purpose of it, or the main energy behind it so far, is a sense of the direction of our lives, the direction that things are being pulled into. Maybe where we are called to with the Fool, the Judgment card, and the Hierophant. It makes sense. It feels like there may be, again, like a sudden shift, or it may not be sudden, but it's something of like a beckoning into a certain direction. Tell me a little bit more, Spirit, please. What do you want to talk about here? And with the reference of the spider as well, weaving the web, the Chariot can sometimes be, for me as well, that we have a certain, again, direction. Like with the traditional deck, the white and the black horse, we find balance between the shadow and the light, and we feel pulled into, or we feel ready to kind of go towards our destiny. So I think that this, again, this whole eclipse feeling is going to be pulling whoever this is for into your true kind of destiny, which can be so many things. And I'm just getting that culmination kind of energy, which has been coming up for a while too. And same kind of thing with the spider weaving the web, like something is complete, something is finalized, like, you know, and this is, for example, maybe something that, well, let's get a few more cards. Let's see, Spirit, what do you want to say here? What else do you want to add to this reading? We have the Six of Wands. Wow, I'm also hearing too, some of you, I'm hearing free from curses. We have the Nine of Pentacles here. Yeah, so this is obviously a very powerful time. There's a sense of, which has very much been coming up too, but with the Nine of Pentacles, this can often represent somebody who is very self-sufficient, somebody who has, like she has her basket of grapes here, the bird. It's that completion feeling again, where I feel like for many of you, how that will manifest is that you're going to feel more complete, or you're going to feel called into a direction to where something will kind of complete you in a way, if that makes sense, like with the Two of Pentacles. And this is going to translate into things that you are going to be doing in your life, like success-wise, with the Six of Wands here. And that little dragon, the dragon has been coming up for like the last month. And the way these people are kind of surrounding this person, there's a lot of support here. Again, it's taken me a while to describe this energy because of how high up kind of this energy feels to me, but there's something of like that dragon and how there's light in the background of the dragon. It's like you are reaching your Nine of Pentacles and you're supported in this. You find something that clicks for you. You find kind of your happiness, maybe. You find something to where it works, it flows, your life flows more easily, maybe something specific flows more easily. The ducks come together kind of feeling with that Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles can also be this like juggling, or kind of like with the Seven of Cups. Like I said, some things here have not grounded fully. So I think that a lot of this eclipse is kind of sweeping everything up into the air in order to transmute things and then to ground it back down into this Nine of Pentacles. I hope that makes sense. When I shuffled this other deck here, we have the Sustainer at the bottom, which also to me makes sense because this does talk about like what is no longer serving you. What is able, kind of like with that dragon too, if that dragon were to represent an aspect of you, an aspect maybe of your subconscious, your personality, your true potential, maybe something that you've been striving for. See how the egg is cracked here too? You're cracking that kind of egg for the dragon to be released, meaning that whatever has been no longer working in your life in many different ways, and whatever has been keeping you from your true fulfillment and destiny, that's what this eclipse is doing for the collective. It's pushing you into that. It's breaking that box here and allowing you to accomplish that, or to see the potential within your true self as well. That could be another aspect of it, with the Chariot to come out as the first card, and that Judgment card, the Fool, and the Hierophant. And I forgot what I heard in the beginning, but there's something like we see you. Yeah, so there's those people here, we see you. So there's a lot of like divine support right now, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with that, or something with 7. There's a lot of divine support, and you know, again, this can apply to you in so many ways. This feels like a very broad energy. It probably is because of the eclipse. Like, it almost feels like as I'm reading this energy, it's so large. Like, sometimes when I do readings, there's like a specific topic, or there's something that I can kind of pin down. This feels like I'm picking up on such a large collective frequency. So that could be, you know, where all of this is starting from, just the collective. So it's going to vary very differently for everybody. But as a whole collective, that's what's happening. Even just like on planet Earth here, like there's something that is happening in this way to where those boxes are being kind of broken free from, and there's a feeling of like support. Even I'm getting on a broader sense of like other beings that are supporting us here on Earth to have those new accomplishments in our world and in our day-to-day as well, personally. So that's kind of the feeling. Again, I hope that makes sense, but that's how it's coming through as. Yeah, they keep showing me the completion. Now they're showing me somebody that's completed like a mile run. All 4 laps are done. So something with that spider and the completion, like something is complete. But let me keep going here. Let me keep going. So Spirit, what else can you tell us about this message here today? What else can you tell us? Let's use this deck here. What else? Yeah, look at the bottom here. We have You Are Not Alone. There's something very strongly. I don't know if some of you, if you clicked on this reading, you've been feeling, yeah, there's the direction. That's why it feels like that too. That's what I was saying with the Seven of Cups. It feels like it's spinning sort of and we haven't grounded it. So I would say, as I go more to the energy here, the main message here for whoever this is for, again, this is like a collective message. So if you align with it, there's definitely something in here for you, even if not every part of it resonates. It's that kind of reading to where this is a broad sense of that. But you're definitely not alone in everything kind of that you're doing. And with that bird here that she's reaching for on the hand, there's a lot of divine support. And I feel like this time I'm hearing right now is a very, very significant, valuable time to ask yourself very deep questions, or to even go into like a deep meditation or find some kind of answer here, because you're extremely supported. There's something so significant about these people in the background and that dragon and how the egg is cracked open, because it's like you're cracking open here with this eclipse and the changes that will follow afterwards, not just right now. But I think that if you felt alone, or if you felt like there's been a lot of intense energy, which is why I had to take a step back too from readings, is because it has been very intense for all of us. That you're not alone. This is a time period for you which will feel a little bit swept up in the wind kind of feeling, to where you may feel, maybe some of you are questioning your path, maybe you're questioning either the direction of your life, or you just feel something brewing, with the Seven of Cups feeling of we have the directions here, and then we have the things here in a circle. So with that circle in here too, you may start to feel that there's just something kind of changing. Some of you I'm hearing too, you may have a lot of changes in different areas of your life. So you could have a change in your home life, then you could have a change in your appearance, you could have a change in your finances as well. There's just like a feeling of everything is changing. Everything. That could be why it feels this way too. Like everything at once is kind of changing. So this is it's a very significant portal. And that also was that white stag. It's a feeling of like, come with me, we're guiding you right now. So you're being very guided, and it's time to very much listen closely to what you're being guided to and what you're perceiving and picking up on, because there's a lot of very life-changing insights kind of is what I'm feeling here that are coming through. So again, this seems like I just want to keep emphasizing this is a very powerful time to consider different truths about your life, which seem to correlate to direction, path and direction, which can be many things. The direction that your soul wants to go, the direction that you're being pulled to, the direction that you're leaving, the direction that you're going to be pursuing, just many different directions, and how they all are shifting basically in all, again, categories, maybe your areas of life. I will have to get some specifics for this reading like I always do, but I don't actually have that deck out with me right now, the fortune telling deck, but I will grab it because this does feel to be that there are some specifics that want to come through. We have trust your instincts, and I was saying about animals too. There's some kind of connection to animals right now, and I know I read an article too just the other day about the behavior of animals during the solar eclipse, and how, of course, many species of animals are going to be acting very different and having different behaviors that they normally wouldn't have. So us being an animal too, but I think that there's something about nature, something about connecting deeply to animals, or just nature right now, attuning to your own vibration with this hold the space. Yeah, I can really feel the power of this reading here. Shed old skin. Like I had shared too on my community page, and like many of you also feel, it is time to go within right now, even just for the next maybe day or two. Just definitely take some time within, because I'm hearing everlasting for some reason. They want to emphasize there's something here about your infinite nature of yourself and how much potential you hold, and you're going to be able to see soon truly the potential that you harness within you, again, in many ways. So, of course, on a quite literal sense, it is time to shed old skin, old habits, old belief systems, and to hold space during that time for you for whatever comes up. But it also feels too like many of you have maybe outgrown certain things in your life. You may even find that you've outgrown, let's say for example, your job that you've been in for a while, or maybe you've outgrown the identity that you present to the world in certain aspects of your life. There's a lot of that going on, to where there's many skins kind of being shed during this process. So when you come out the other end of it, it's like you're going to see the true infinite potential and nature of your soul, not just your human ego and what that may have limited you with before. So, and the referring to this lantern here, as like I'm being shown like of pure darkness, and that lantern only being lit up. So again, it could be really great to go into like a very deep meditation, like a trance even. And actually, when I shuffle this other deck, we do have here trance dance. Lose yourself to the beat of the present moment. Yeah, and I've actually been called myself to do a lot of breath work in the last few days, so that could be something too that some of you feel called to, because it's something to where when you, it's like there's something shifting with time as well, to where you're going to begin to feel a sense of, how do I even explain that? You're going to be able to start to feel a sense of the past identity of you no longer existing, which probably you've already been feeling this, because in my recent readings too, and not just my readings, but other sources as well, there's a feeling of a lot of us in the collective, this is what has been happening. Like we've shifted onto that new timeline, and then there's this feeling of all of that now is like the old version of you. It has melted or is completely dissolving almost, to where, again, when you go deep within self here, dream and journey. So drums could also be a really good tool right now. It's all about your perception. It's all about your subconscious beliefs. Your subconscious has absorbed beliefs that are not yours. Yeah, so there's a lot of messages coming up, so let me see here. Okay, but yeah, that's just one thing I want to say first, though, that any way that you can get into the deep present moment through drums, breath work, deep meditation, whatever that is, dancing, something so that you can hold space for the changes that you're going through, because you need a calm kind of vessel to process all of this. You need to hold space for all of the big changes that are happening for you, which can only be done through processing, observing all of this. I mean, there's so much coming up here. Be open to healing information. I mean, this is it's kind of like with that white stag. They keep drawing me back to that, to where when I had said sort of the feeling of come with me or come down this direction, this is actually a deep healing journey that you're being invited on. And of course, that's going to manifest in different ways for a lot of you, but for the collective as a whole, it is going to be, in the general sense, called to, again, shed these old skins and to go very, very deep into who you really are, the infinite self, and the spider kind of, again, weaving the web to some kind of completion of what you're seeking. That's the best way I can word this energy. And they're actually drawing me back to say, I believe this came up in my previous collective reading. I think the card was problems are being resolved. I'm hearing that again. So this could be on a more grounded, practical sense as well, that you are going to see, again, with that chariot, that you're going to be guided to a lot of problems that are solved in your life. That could be, again, various things for this reading. Maybe it's been a kind of a problem that you've had within yourself, or you've had a problem with your current position in work, or many different kind of problems. They have been a product more so of some kind of perception that you've had because of these subconscious beliefs, and collectively that we've all had, so it's like there's an invitation right now to shift that into a completely different consciousness. So that's what's going on here. I'm also being told something with the higher heart chakra, and I'm being shown a lot of pink colors. So you may even want to do a meditation around the higher heart chakra. We have letting go at the bottom of this deck. I just heard your secret is safe with me. I don't know what they mean by that. Yeah, I'm hearing you can touch the sky, or you can touch the stars. There's something about that infinite. Let me get a few more cards here, and then I will get, yeah, see, look, you can touch the stars, trust. It's such a, I wish I could like more articulate what I'm feeling here, but I'm in such like a channeling mode, but it's hard to explain the intensity of this energy, but I'm sure many of you know this because you're in this space as well, or you're going to be probably, you know, in the next day or two. There's a window of opportunity and a window of time where you're just being called to leap forward. And something with the sky and how there's nothing in the sky except for this person. Like the path is clear. The spider, the web has been completely completed. You are safe to go. You're safe to fly. You're safe to explore. You're safe to adventure. And this whole thing can be further amplified and rooted by really getting into the present moment so that you can experience the whole experience of this. Yeah, see, silence. Such a strong calling for silence right now. And I'm also hearing too, with this drum, I'm hearing the beat of your own drum. So it's really a time as well with this subconscious, it says, who are they, with these faces here. It's really a time to truly disconnect from everything else. And this doesn't have to be just during this eclipse time period right now. I mean, I think that, yes, there's a strong message about that right now, but it even could be moving forward because of these shifts that are happening within. I forgot, I lost the download. Let's get some more of these though. Let's see. What else do you want to say, Spirit? What else do you want to say about this message, please, today? I'm hearing learning how to attract, and they're showing me something with magnets, inner voice, the high priestess, learning how to attract. There's the puzzle that's complete. Wow. Yeah, like the web and the other thing I had seen too, the track, the kind of 4 laps that are done. Oh, that card just flew on the ground. Hold on, let me grab it. Rebirth and innocence, learning how to attract. So yeah, some of you, this is also going to be something you're being called right now to. I mean, I think it's not something that you're doing necessarily, that you're forcing it to happen, but there's just something that's happening here to where you can more easily begin to summon the things that are right for you. With this innocence card and the way this man is, I think that's a grasshopper. Yeah, it's a grasshopper. So I know grasshoppers are also about leaps of faith being taken. It's like you're becoming a version of you that is attracting an entirely different reality that is so much more suitable for you because of the rebirth, you know, that has happened within you. But there's something with this high priestess here and the subconscious and the completion that I can't quite grasp it again into words, but it's like your energy has become so next level, or is rising so much in frequency and potential that it really does feel like a complete shift of reality. That's how it's coming through as. And this may not happen, you know, like overnight. It just could be something that's just, it's building in anticipation, and it has been for a while. And so what this will do is it's going to bring in all these kind of opportunities to be this new you. But this is on such a deep level with this subconscious beliefs here. So it's basically like, it's like you're ready to become this kind of mature man in this image here. Man or woman, doesn't matter, but it's like I think I said in the last reading too, you've mastered something, and that is coming through again too, but it's more than that. Let me get a few of these, and I'm going to get a few of those specific fortune cards as well to get a little bit more detail for it. But is there anything else you can say, Spirit, about this to explain this in a way that I can explain it? I'm also being told something with the solar plexus chakra, and I'm hearing confidence. So this feels like it's also going to be affecting the level of kind of confidence that you have in yourself in a positive way, so that you can more strongly be the highest version of you. I'm noticing here when I'm shuffled here, we have your high vibe can be targeted by darker forces, but the light will win. Yeah, and I am kind of feeling that here because of how strong this energy is and why it almost is so powerful that it's just for a lot of you who have aligned to this, and this is really for you. Oh my God. Yeah, we have messages and codes from beyond are incoming. Like, I can feel all of these energies, but I can't translate them into words right now because it's so, there's just, it's just an extremely powerful time that there's a lot of very intense messages coming in at this time. For most of you, you know, if you are here again aligning to this reading, then you feel this, and you also are a very powerful soul. And I just think that using this current time to really integrate all of these and just kind of almost sit with them is why this keeps coming up with silence. Like, it cannot be sort of explained because you have to sit with them yourself, and it's going to be a bit different for everybody. But there's so much like communication coming in right now from the higher realms, and there's so much that's being changed about the core, not changed, but it's being shifted, the core essence of you and how you're showing up kind of in the world and all types of things. But because of the power that you have, it can be targeted, you know, by these darker forces. And so I think this is also another reason why this time period is so significant for everyone collectively, because there are a lot of like lurking darker negative energies with this incredible shift as well. So I think that that's why it's important also to go within right now. Is there anything else, Spirit, before I get some specific messages here to help me to explain this in a way that would make sense? Yeah, there's the Wheel of Fortune. In terms that would be explainable to the viewers. Okay, well, I am hearing let your voice speak, and we have here let your imperfections have a voice. So yeah, this is also a time for you. I think that's also what it is too. It's time to let yourself come out and let yourself speak your truth very boldly, which can be sometimes difficult when we are targeted by these, you know, darker forces. And that could be why I'm also having a hard time explaining this too, because it's a feeling of it's time for no holding back anymore, especially for those of you who are, you know, star seeds as well with this card here. It's not time to shy away anymore or to hold back on whatever it is that you truly are and whatever you truly feel meant to share in this lifetime, in this, you know, right now, in this present moment. it's like, I think that's what I heard in the beginning too. It's go time. It is definitely go time here with this wheel. It's kind of like that web. Yeah, the web is complete. So share yourself completely, share yourself openly. You're going to find even that you will feel more called to do these things. Some of you, like I said in the beginning, it could even be like a complete shift, a complete life shift maybe. It could be something that suddenly you feel called into a direction that you never had the courage to before, or maybe suddenly you feel called to, or you just, something within you changes in the way that you show up, or the way that you speak, or the way that you carry yourself. And it's because you have, again, like almost, it feels like you've morphed into sort of this version of you which is no longer attached to the old skin that you once were in. And I am hearing Spirit say as well that some of you are going to find, if you haven't found already, that there are going to be a lot of things falling away. You know, it could be relationships, it could be people, it could be even, it almost feels like it could happen suddenly too for some of you. You know, it could be small things too, like suddenly something in your life just changes, or suddenly you find out something that kind of changes the whole course of what you are currently going towards, or the people that you involved yourself with. And that's the reason why too, is because it's the shedding of that. This person or this version of you can no longer kind of be sustainable or can survive in the environment that doesn't facilitate this higher you, which is why this subconscious card came up as well. And I am getting, this is kind of specific for somebody. You may even find that, I think we are also in Mercury retrograde, if I'm not mistaken, or if it's not right now, it's very soon, where you may find even that some people maybe, or situations may try to come back from the past, or may try to just, you know, somehow get attached to you, or to irritate you, or just to want to return in any type of way. And I'm getting you're no longer going to feel the same type of resonance with that, though. You're no longer going to feel the same type of connection to those people and to those, again, versions of you, because your belief with this shifter perception no longer identifies to these, like, you know, this face here, or this one here that you used to be. Everything is completely changing. We have the Hermit here again, so another message about going within. I'm hearing Spirit say, if you don't understand this now, you will. So some of you, if you're watching this, you may actually not, either you don't understand this, maybe this whole reading, you know, even I'm a little, not confused, but it's so much, I don't know, it's so abstract here with this reading. But if you don't understand what I'm talking about now, it's going to progressively begin to make more sense for you. So you may even want to watch this maybe like a month or two later, or come back to it or something. It's just what I'm hearing for somebody, like it may begin to make more sense. But some of you, this also could be what I just said about people that are no longer going to resonate with you, or you're no longer going to feel a resonance with them. You may be thinking right now that doesn't make sense, or maybe you're not quite sure what that means for you, but I'm getting that in time, you're going to begin to see more truths about your environment and the people in it. And it may just not be something that you can register with right now, especially with all these intense kind of messages coming through, and this it almost feels like a bubble that we're in right now. Like it may be hard to fully decipher these messages until the energy can ground more, or until it can pass. And I think that's what came up in the beginning too. You'll see, or wait and see. So yeah, but with this man looking at the mirror image of himself, that is also going together very well with this here and everything else that we had. So it's time to almost like question things. I'm hearing Spirit say too, it's time to question who you are. It's time to question what you've believed up until this point, what you've kind of settled for, the people, again, around you, the job that you're in, the way that you view yourself, all kinds of things here. It's time to evaluate how much of those, again, are sustainable to the version of you that you would like to become, and what kind of needs to go once and for all. And what parts of you have you suppressed, like shadow work here too, that the imperfections that you perceive to be imperfections, do they need to come out and have a voice? Yeah. So let me grab those fortune cards, and then I will probably leave it here. I could do an extended, but honestly, it's a bit hard to channel all of this. There's a lot of, yeah, I don't think I could channel for another 30 minutes with this. I'm just going to grab the other deck, and then we'll leave it there. Okay, so is there any final message, Spirit, that you would like to say here? Any specifics for the viewers? How is this eclipse going to be changing? I don't know why I'm saying Elvis Presley. I'm not sure if that means something for somebody. How is this going to be changing here for the viewers, their life? What aspects of their life? What specific details will be changing with all of this? I don't know why this is coming up. I really have no idea why this is coming up, but when I just saw Elvis Presley, I just heard Gone But Not Forgotten, and they were saying something about how the impact that somebody makes on this world will always live on. Okay, again, I don't know where they're going with that. I guess with the Wheel of Fortune here too, and whatever we've had, it's maybe it's a deeper message about considering, you know, what kind of legacy maybe that you're leaving behind. What do you want to be accomplishing in this life that would be remembered? Yeah. And I'm seeing a butterfly that has been struggling to fly, and then the butterfly, when I'm looking at this here, finally begins to fly and bloom fully. So it's really this whole eclipse, as this whole reading has been adding up, to be the highest potential of yourself, which comes from your true heart and soul, you know, not holding back on who you really are, because holding back because of these beliefs or because of things that we've been taught and outdated versions of ourselves are not going to allow you to accomplish the completion of what you're here to do, kind of, and not even just what you're here to do, but the experience of your soul. You know, that's how it's coming through as. So yeah, exactly what I was saying. Your beliefs may be challenged shortly as you find yourself in a period of transformation. What you believed was the correct path for you may now not be so clear. So yeah, as I was saying, this is going to depend for a lot of you, but you may have a sudden, I don't know, download, realization, or something surface in your reality which makes you question everything, which could be what we've already said about like the beliefs of yourself, all the way down to, well, I mean, if you question that of yourself, then of course everything else is going to also begin to change too with that direction guardian. So in the Chariot, yeah, so it makes sense with the Seven of Cups. It's time to consider your path and be open to the changes that will be downloaded kind of for you to realize or to, and I remember when I started the reading, I said I had a ringing in my left ear. So some of you, that was a confirmation too, to say that part of this reading is that download coming in that I had downloaded, because of that's how Spirit shows that to me as well with the ear ringing. So some of you need to be very open here to the downloads that you are receiving personally, because they may be very life-changing, very life-altering for you, to on a self level, and then also in your, you know, environment too. The missing puzzle. What is that puzzle of your life? Do you have all the pieces? Do you need more pieces? You know, have you found them all? Do you need to rearrange some? Do you need to get rid of some? Do they fit? It's just, yeah, it's a time to evaluate all of those deep personal questions. Unexpected doors will begin to open for you that are part of your destined plan. Yeah, that came up before too with the Chariot. It's definitely time to gravitate towards your true destiny and the situations, people, environments that have been truly destined for you, which have not been open, you know, up into this time fully because of these, what seems to be these subconscious beliefs or just things that we have to go through. Not that there's any right or wrong with that. I think that everywhere that you have been in your life has been meaningful, or has been, I should say, for a reason. So it's not to say that you should look down on those parts of you that you once believed to be true, or that you once kind of absorbed as your own, because you were exactly where you needed to be at every moment, and you were exactly where you need to be at this moment. But now at this moment, it is time to begin to shed those layers and to truly take part in the greatness of what you really, are here to do. Or again, not only that, but just, I don't know, everything, your existence, like Spirit was saying earlier too. You will soon connect with new individuals and receive recognition for your talents and abilities. An energy of conflict approaches. Try to maintain a calm, cool, and collected demeanor. Unexpected wealth and abundance will find you before the year's end. Yeah, so this actually came up for the reading I just did. I believe it was talking about the financial wealth too. So definitely for some of you that could be it. A part of this. But for me, this card here about the energy of conflict, yes, it could be conflict in your environment. As I said, there could also be some things that will happen, which will kind of, people or situations could exit your life. I'm just seeing 555, yeah. But it also could just be the energy of this eclipse. Obviously it's a very intense time. As I'm channeling this, like I said, I'm struggling to speak because there's so much energy that's flooding in, so it's hard to kind of organize it. So some of you may be feeling that as well. And I think that's why having silence to receive everything that you're meant to receive from this window of time can be very beneficial for the answers that you need for your life right now. Yes, you will soon gravitate towards your soul's purpose and intended path. A change of career and job will come to pass. This will benefit your overall future and long-term goals. I'm hearing heavy heart. Some of you, maybe you're going to feel like you have a bit of a heavy heart about something in your life. Again, these changes also could bring about a feeling of like a heavy heart. It could be a very emotional time for some of you, depending on how this affects you personally. But again, even if you do have a heavy heart, it's just like cry it out, purge it, let it go, because you need to feel into it. And I'm hearing specifically that message could be for someone who may have to leave a love connection behind. And what you're going to find is that, yes, it could be a bit of a heavy heart. It almost brings to mind like the feeling of a child going off to college or something, and you lose sort of, and that could be the case for some of you too, but you lose sort of what you had attached yourself to for a long time. So that particular relationship, that child, that marriage, and that's what this card was saying too, that your beliefs may be tested because you may have a heavy heart over the things that no longer fit. The shoe doesn't fit anymore. Even if you wish that it would, maybe it just doesn't. And so it's going to be something that's, they're showing me that diamond again, and how someone is going to appreciate you like the diamond that you are. And if you are being drawn away from somebody at this time, it's because, again, they're not really part of your soul's alignment of where you're truly going. And with that being said too, we have an exciting new love relationship will become available to you this year. So with that love message I just mentioned, if you are leaving behind one connection, you may have a new connection coming in. Even if you're single, there may be somebody who comes into your life who is definitely going to be very much a true pair for you, like a true match. I'm hearing that again. Your secret is safe with me. I don't know why they keep saying that. What does that mean, Spirit? It could just be like the secret of self. You know, this could be something that maybe some of you have been afraid to be yourself around somebody, or somebody feels this way towards you. I don't know, this feels very almost magical in a way with that mirror, because it's a feeling of being able to look in the mirror either at yourself or connecting to another person intimately and feel safe with that person, which starts with you feeling safe within yourself. This year will provide big changes for you. You will undergo a transformative period through all aspects of your life. Within this year, helpful people will be sent into your life to help support you through these changes. Yeah, so that's what I was saying too with the Seven of Cups. This could be on many areas of your life. It feels like it encompasses everything. Good news will soon find you, which will be followed by a life-changing opportunity of incredible growth, abundance, security, and stability. And these cards can have quite a few negative cards in them, so this is not just like a all-around happy deck. This is just what's coming up here, because this is a very positive kind of reading here to all of these changes that are taking place. So I'm going to close it with one final advice card, and then we will leave it there. Let's use this deck again. What is the final advice for the viewer? What is the final advice for the viewer that they can take with them moving forward? Justice for all. We are all from the same source. Honor others and animals. And at the bottom, we do have the consciousness monster. You've only explored a fraction of your true potential. That's what I was saying too. Yeah. And I can feel it in the reading too. Again, I tried to explain it a few times, but it's almost like there's more that I want to say, but my mouth doesn't move quickly enough for the influx of energy that's coming through here. And I do feel like that represents the shift that is taking place, because a lot of you, this whole reading has been kind of about your true potential and how you are shedding that skin that held you down from your truest potential. And your true potential, you don't even know how powerful it really is, and how much is really changing, and how powerful, you know, what you're doing is, or the situations coming in for you. And so you're about to see, and I think that is the title of that collective reading I did too, you're about to see how powerful your gifts are. It's similar to that in that way. But yeah, this is also what I was saying too, to where this whole reading, I don't know if YouTube is going to flag that, so I'm just going to put this like this, but because there's some nudity on there. But yeah, that's kind of what I was saying in the beginning of the reading, that this feels like a whole collective thing. Like it's not, this feels like it really could be for the entire, you know, collective in different things you could take from it. But yeah, it's just time to kind of, sounds very cliche, but like make the world a better place. That's kind of what it feels like. And it starts by tapping into your own true potential, so you can be that beacon for others and for your own soul growth, which will then, you know, of course, like allow other people to reach their true potential, and then so on and so forth. But that animals has been coming up a few times, so feels like, again, nature, honoring Mother Nurse, Mother Gaia, Mother Earth. Yeah. Okay, is there any final message here, Spirit, before we go that you would like to say? They just are saying to hold your vision. There's actually a card from the Moon deck that says hold your vision. So just hold your vision right now. Allow yourself to go through this process. And that's really all that you can do. Don't fight it. Don't fight the feelings. Don't fight the changes. Yeah, and then lastly, they're just showing me like something, almost like Play-Doh, like we're molding something, and then, or you know, like those balloons that people make, like an animal out of a balloon. It's like you have only the balloon here, but then you actually shape it into a full-on animal because you have molded that yourself. So I don't know if that really makes sense, but how they showed it that way, to where you're actually molding yourself into the version of yourself that you are hoping to achieve, or that your soul has naturally been gravitating towards. And you're in the process right now, in this period of time, where you need to maybe go within and have stillness, to where those pieces are kind of being molded slowly to allow the mouth to take shape, the eyes to take shape, and that's going to take a little bit of time, but allow it to happen, because when you get the final result of it, you're going to be very much at a higher potential, operating potential, sort of thing, a higher frequency, of course, and like a more powerful position that you're able to achieve. Yeah. But I will leave it here for anyone that this was for. And I really hope that this could find you, if this message is for you. And thank you so much for tuning in. I wish you all the best. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below. I'd appreciate it. And I will talk to you all next time, sending you lots of love, and take care. Many blessings.